my daughter is 4 and she likes to pick our Halloween costumes. And this year, the costume she picked for me is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing to me how that film sort of transcends generations. And so the little kids like it. And, the older people remember when it came out. So you get grandparents for their grandkids and not many movies, can, relate in that way. So it's very special.
I don't think that I can. I mean, maybe I can think of a few movies, but I can't offhand think of any movies that have managed to stay in pop culture for 40 years.
Yeah, well, the 80s came up with some great movies. Of course, there's the Star Wars things that keep going. And
I guess there you go. You picked one.
We went to...
I should have figured that one out.
Yesterday, my son, who's 37, asked me to go to the movies with him to see Back to the Future. So they were showing a special showing of Back to the Future. So there were some great movies. I'm glad Ghostbusters is one, but I think that whole Ghostbuster, the fans picked up on it themselves, as opposed to the studio didn't really push it in the beginning, but the fans got a hold to it and started making the costumes and the cars and the backpacks. And that, I think it just sort of, I don't think the studio realized in the beginning that it was going to be, 40 years later, we'd be seeing just groups of people all over the world,
Well, it's such an absurd movie. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And it's just it's absurd. I mean, in such a wonderful way. And was it a movie that actually performed at the box office, or was it after the fact where it started to gain steam?
No, it opened number 1 at the box office, and for most of that summer, it stayed at the top spot, which is kind of unusual. And it didn't surprise me because I felt like when we were doing it, it was going to be something special. But normally a movie opens number 1 and then after a few weeks, something else replaces it. But it just stayed there. And the song just was number 1. It just kept playing and playing. The film was going. And then finally, I think Prince's movie, Purple Rain, I think knocked out of first place. But so when it finally kind of went off the, the box office, the song kept playing, the fans kept watching it. So it just, it touched something. And I think it sort of, in a weird, funny way, that primal fear we all have of the unknown and ghosts and things we can't explain. We in the movie sort of tackled that in a funny way. And I think everybody is a little bit, even those who won't admit it, a little bit afraid, and yet it's kind of funny. And so it gave us a chance to laugh at those things that we secretly are afraid of. Everybody's been a kid and is afraid of what's in the closet when the lights are out. And but it opened number 1 and it just never went away, which was to my surprise because, 5 years into it, I was really like shocked that people were still singing the song and watching the movie and dressing up in this jumpsuit and then 10 years and 15 years and 20 years. And it was like, wow, they're still, they started forming these Ghostbuster chapters, and now there are chapters in every major city in the U.S. and actually all over the world. So and they have their own little Ghostbuster logo, and they do a lot of charity work, which is, I just find it fascinating.
It's kind of like the 501st, actually.
I'm sorry, the 501st?
The 501st is a, there's different chapters as well, but it is it's a nonprofit Star Wars chapters and fan groups that do a lot of charitable work. I mean, that's at its core what it is.
Right.
And they, there's chapters all over the world, every city, every state. It's amazing.
Yeah. But like I said, I think with Star Wars, and I think it was Star Trek, but the studio came out ahead of it. They kind of knew what they had, and they really I don't think Columbia really got what Ghostbusters was until after the fact. And suddenly it's like, oh, this is, let's get on. Our fans were making their own backpacks. They were, before they were available, they were sort of doing this. And I've seen some really creative Ghostbuster gear that fans came up with. And the studios jumped on it after the fact, but they were already out in front of it.
This episode is brought to you by OneSkin. It's the holidays. It is one of my favorite time of the year. I just absolutely love wintertime. The one thing I don't love about winter is that my skin just needs this extra care this time of year. Between the cold weather and rushing around all over, my skin just feels like dry and dull and stressed out. And so that's why one of my favorite things right now is OneSkin's peptide lip mask. This stuff is seriously amazing. I just got it. I can't stop using it. I'm like, I kind of want to smother it all over my face, but I'm just going to keep it on my lips for now. What is so great about OneSkin is that at the core is their patented OS1 peptide, the first ingredient proven to target the root cause of wrinkles, crepiness, and loss of elasticity. And these results have now been validated in 5 different clinical studies. It is absolutely wonderful. All of OneSkin's products are designed to layer seamlessly or replace multiple steps in your routine, making skin healthier, easier, and smarter. OneSkin just launched their limited edition holiday sets, including the Nightly Rewind gift set, which adds the perfect touch of luxury to your gift list. So this is wonderful. You could give this to anyone in your family. It's got the best-selling face moisturizer, their brand new peptide lip mask, which I mentioned, and a sculpting gua sha tool. It's wonderful. I really do like this product, you guys. So for a limited time, try OneSkin for 15% off using code Sackhoff at oneskin.co/Sackhoff. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Happy holidays.